Welcome to Sports Biz with LD. I think I'm the host, Larry Davis, but Richard is here now every week. I mean, like, I walk in the studio, Richard, and you're here.
Well, it's because I can't get out of the chair, so they just put a drop cloth over me until I stay until the next show.
I shouldn't be laughing at that.
It's okay.
It's funny. That was funny. Well, what do we got here, buddy? You didn't predict this. If we go back, there it is.
I said
Meet
the
Mets.
Dodgers. I mean,
Meet
come
the
on.
Mets. Come
Come
on,
on,
Richard, and meet the Mets. There they are. The Mets
That's
are
right.
in the World
Yeah.
Series.
First time in 15 years.
Oh, you counted? Is it 15? No, I think it's a little longer, Richard.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because they were in 2000. So can you
Math
count
is
one in
my
2000?
fault,
I guess so.
too.
Or maybe it is 15 because we're in 2015.
15.
So your MVP is your second baseman, Mr. Daniel Murphy.
Yes, whose contract is up at the end of the year.
Again, it's all about sports business, and I like that, how you bring it about the money. So listen, money, honey, what do you think now he will get? Let's bring up Mr. Murphy, who had, what, 6 home runs in 6 postseason games?
Yes.
And the last guy to do something that crazy with Carlos Beltran.
That's right.
With the Astros, and then after that, I think he signed a $120 million
$100
deal with the
contract.
Mets.
Yes.
So if you're a GM out there, Mr. Daniel Murphy, who, let me just tell you one stat about him, I don't know if you knew this or not, he was the least player in the league to strike out.
That's true.
So that's a guy who puts the bat on the ball and gets on base.
Right.
What do you think he's worth?
Well, what was his contract? That he...
I don't really think that matters, but I will tell you he probably made $8 million last year, but now he's got a chance to be out there and be a free agent. So
I think he's going to ask for double that.
I think he's going from 15 to 20 million
Yeah,
dollars.
that's what I think.
I think you're right. I think this game is all about doing it when it matters.
Absolutely.
You look at Mr. Sandoval last year, who came over from the San Francisco Giants, their
Right.
third baseman, who just dominated in the playoffs,
Absolutely.
and then parlayed that into a big deal with the Red Sox
That's
last
right.
year because
Yep.
the Giants wouldn't meet his number.
That's right.
But he ended up having a shit year. They didn't make the playoffs anyhow, but he had a bad
right.
year. He's a very heavy guy.
Yes.
But he played well that way. I don't really love that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather a guy be in good shape. But on the other hand, you got a Prince Fielder who's very heavy, but he's another, he's a baller.
That's right. He makes the baseball bat look like a toothpick when he's holding it.
So getting to the Mets. So the Mets have very good pitching. Think about this, Richard.
Yes.
I don't know if you thought about this driving over here. Is with Zach Wheeler, a forgotten guy because he had TJ serving, Tommy John surgery
That's right.
this year. Him back next year, you're going to have Jake DeGrom, Noah Syndergaard,
Right.
Matt Harvey,
Yes.
Steven Matz, Zach Wheeler. Even if I add Jonathan Neese and Bartolo Colon, those 5 guys, and Jonathan Neese is a young guy and a lefty,
Yes.
okay? Those 5 guys, besides the extra Jonathan Neese and Bartolo Colon, could they be maybe the strongest starting
Rotation.
5 in baseball history? I wasn't going to go just now.
Right.
In history?
That's a possibility. And did you read that article yesterday in Newsday? But Scott Boras took out insurance on Matt Harvey.
I thought that came out earlier. No, I do not read the Schmooze Day. As you could tell, I read
Right.
the New York Post.
Post.
Okay, so sorry.
Better
I don't
pictures.
read the Schmooze Day. Better pictures. So that's interesting with the Mets, and I had a little business on there with the Mets making it to the World Series.
Yes.
And that guarantees that they'll have at least 2 home playoff games.
That's right.
The swing, the money swing for the Mets is going from losing $10 million, not making the playoffs,
That's right.
to they're going to be up $45 million and then some
Wow.
to be in the World Series. So
Wow.
they just went from losing money to having a very good year. Now that is
Absolutely.
also, they had 2.6 million people go through the turnstiles this year.
Yes.
I would think maybe they could squeeze out 3 million next year.
Absolutely.
And now you'll have a lot more people jumping
And
on that wagon.
You're talking about the Mets brand coming back. Just like in '69 when they won the World Series and then everybody watched them.
Well, that's a good point, but in '69, I think branding and marketing just wasn't a part of
No.
sports.
Now it is the integral part of sports.
And now it is the integral part of sports. Absolutely right, because like we've discussed many times on a sports business show with Dr. Rich, I guess it is at this point.
Yes.
it's a business first and a game second.
Yes.
You know, like in any business in this world, you're a business first, and then what is your business?
Right.
It is a business, and what is their business?
Baseball.
Selling sports, baseball, marketing, and all that
Absolutely.
good stuff. So, let's get a prediction now, Richard. I mean, now that you thought the Mets would make it, now the Mets are in the World Series. We don't know who they're playing because yesterday the Blue Jays came back and won. So now
Yes.
that series the Blue Jays are still down 3-2 to the Kansas City Royals.
But the game's a seesawing back and forth, so I still think it's anybody's game. I'd like to see Kansas City in there because I don't like Toronto because they shellacked the Yankees.
Well, I don't
You
really
know.
think that way. I mean,
No, but
you
it's,
do.
yeah.
You love your team like that. I
Yes.
don't really think of it that way.
No.
I like Toronto. I would think if I'm you and you're an American League East guy like the Yankees, you would want your fellow part American League East guy there.
That's true.
But that's not what you're saying.
No.
I don't really care about Kansas City Royals. I like the Blue Jays. One, I would think if someone's a Met fan, John Gibbons is an ex-Met.
Absolutely.
The
that's
manager.
true, yeah.
But I like the Blue Jays to come back and win the next two. They don't have the pitching. You just get back to what the Mets bring to the table.
Yes.
Pitching,
Pitching.
and pitching.
And the Toronto Blue Jays have a pretty good starting rotation.
Pretty good, but not good. Not
Not
in comparison
like
to
the
the Mets.
Mets.
And the Royals have no comparison
That's
to the
right.
Mets.
That's true.
So I just think that, what the Royals have is a great bullpen.
Yes.
Okay? But they
They
got to
do.
get there. So
Absolutely.
I predict the Mets. I think the Mets will win in 5, and I think they're going to beat KC. And even if it's Toronto, I still think the Mets will win in 5.
You mean Toronto?
Mets will win in 5. Oh. So you're saying if Toronto's in, they'll beat the Mets? Is that what you're trying to say?
You said, okay, you were talking about Toronto Blue Jays.
Or
The
Kansas
Mets
City.
will
I
win.
think Toronto
Okay.
could beat Kansas City.
Yes.
And either one doesn't really matter. The Mets will beat either team.
I
in
think so.
5.
I believe that because of their pitching rotation. And it's good for New York. And I also think if the Blue Jays get into the World Series, it'll be good for Canada and Rogers.
Oh, Canada. On that note, we'll be back in a few minutes from these commercial breaks. Sports Biz with Dr. Rich and I guess LD.
Enjoy your maple syrup for everybody out there who's having pancakes.
Hi, I'm Tim Stead. I'm from Star Communications. We're a marketing support company. And if you need help with your next marketing project, please call 273-1900 or you can go to our website, starcommunications.us.
Hi, welcome back to Sports with Larry Davis, and I'm Dr. Richard
How about a
Cherney.
little more excitement? You go, hey, welcome back. No, hey, welcome back. Sports Biz with LD. No, do that again,
Okay,
Richard.
all right, we'll do it again.
Okay?
Hey, welcome back. I'm Dr. Richard Cherney, and this is Larry Davis on Sports Biz.
With
LD.
Now you talk. Okay, buddy? You got that?
Okay.
Okay, now you're learning.
Okay,
right?
got it.
So, let's get into a subject, listen, not many people want to talk about, but I need to bring it up. Coach Rich Pitino, Louisville. So what happened there, as you know, it ends up a book came out, for lack of a better word, a woman, a hooker, I guess is what we call her, came out with a book and said that guy was director of player personnel, Mike McGee, was bringing her and her daughters. Imagine, the woman brought her kids into the business. That's not for me to discuss.
Wow.
Okay? Yeah, wow.
Wow.
And I guess some other girls, to the tune of thousands of dollars, where they would come in, drink, do drugs, have sex with recruits and players on the team. Now, it came to light. Now, Coach Pitino
Right.
is saying, I don't know nothing. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about it. If I knew about it, I would have stopped it. If you want to talk to someone about it, go speak to this gentleman, Mike McGee, who is not on his staff anymore.
I think he is not telling the truth.
Wow. See, now I would say, I'm not going to agree with you. I think that he probably didn't know, but my thought process is, listen, he's the boss. It's
Right.
under his watch.
Yeah, he should know.
He hired this one, he
Right,
hired that
exactly.
one. And are you telling me in this world, if nobody could shut up and keep a secret,
Exactly.
all the people that were involved, nothing ever got up to Coach Pitino, and he didn't know? You're saying he did. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he didn't. But it doesn't really matter to me.
Exactly, it is
Happened
what it
under
is.
You're the
Yes,
boss.
it's on
Dr.
your
Rich,
watch.
if you had a practice and you
Yes.
have people working in your practice, whether they're doctors, whether they're
Absolutely.
medical assistants, whether they're taking care of your patients before they come and see you, you're in charge.
Absolutely, it's
You know,
my business. I
it's-
have to know what everybody's doing.
Exactly right. And if you don't know, shame on you.
That's right.
And if they do something wrong and there's a problem, sorry, buddy, it goes to you.
That's right.
They're looking at you. You
Yes.
have to deal with it.
Yes.
And this is why, I'm so incensed with those Syracuse things. Jimmy Boeheim. All this shit happened on his watch, but everybody let that go. Everybody let Boeheim. I don't know who the hell he is. That everybody was like, it's Coach Boeheim. What does that mean? His shit was going on for 10 years. He had to go to
Right.
Bernie Fine, who was fondling boys,
Right.
okay, under his watch. All the other shit, the academic crap, but he gets away with it, and now they're just killing Patino. Not that they
Right.
both shouldn't be killed.
Exactly.
But this stuff is just unfortunately unacceptable
Yes,
in
it is.
any workplace.
Yes, that's true.
Not just in collegiate, big billion-dollar sports.
That's right. Exactly. I totally agree.
I don't like when you agree with me because it's just not good for the show. You know,
Okay.
Not agree with me. But
But
so I'm not happy about that whole thing. More is going to come out, of course.
absolutely.
I don't know whether or not the book's a big seller. I have no idea. I didn't look at the numbers. I
hasn't
wonder
really.
if it is. Moving right along, I know there's something you wanted to talk about.
Well, did anybody see that Giant game on Monday night?
Well, just to tell you about that, the numbers came out the next day. Monday Night Football had 7 or 8 million people watching the Giant Eagle game. So yeah, there's a
Yes.
lot of people who saw that
Yes.
game.
Well, let me tell you something. Pass protection. It wasn't there.
Right. There was no, what do you want to call that? That little semicircle that they make?
A huddle.
A huddle. You called it a pocket, which everybody calls it.
Right.
Listen, Eli's got to avoid some stuff as well.
That's right.
Okay, I thought this whole offense is about getting the ball out of your hand quick or quicker.
That's
Did
right.
not see that.
Nope, not at all.
Rashad Jennings fumbling didn't hurt. I forget the gentleman's name on defense with the stupid penalties.
Right.
I mean, it was a total loss by the whole team, especially when the Giants take the opening kickoff and just go
Absolutely.
right down the
Right
field and score a touchdown.
Absolutely. I thought they had momentum there, and then everything was flat.
Everything fell apart the rest of
Yes.
the game.
Yes.
Is it coaching? Is it not? Is it preparation? I don't know. And I'll tell you another thing. Sam Bradford, he doesn't look like anything.
That's true. I agree with you. And the defense is lacking because they don't put the pressure on them like they used to when JPP was there.
Well, but I would say to you, I don't think it's my buddy Coach Spags' fault. There's no talent. They don't have anybody there.
That's true.
I mean, there's no, like, even I heard Gruden say it on the telecast. He doesn't even know any of these names.
That's
Who
true.
are they?
Yes, that's right.
So that's a struggle for the Giants. But, that division sucks.
Yes, everybody's
Giants are 3-3. Right, everybody
yeah.
sucks.
Right.
But I'll tell you, back to Bradford, I look at that offense that they're running. You need a running quarterback. A guy can run. Bradford can't run.
That's right.
I mean, he missed so many receivers. I am so unimpressed with Sam Bradford.
Absolutely. Me too. It was just a stinky game.
It was a stinky game for the Giants. We'll jump over to the Jets. What you talk about the Jets at 4-1?
I'm surprised. I really am. They are really showing talent to me, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, we will. They're going to lose this weekend to the Patriots.
I think
so. The
so.
last question I'll ask you, because you can see Tom Brady's playing as well as he always does, and they say he's on a mission because he's so pissed off about
Absolutely.
the Flake.
Because of
Will this be another undefeated season for the Patriots?
Well-
Can anyone beat the Pats?
I don't really know. Not in that division.
Well, what are the teams? Forget about division. What are the team in the NFL do you think is strong? Everyone thought Seattle was strong. They're
Broncos.
2-4.
The Broncos.
I think, are weak because Manning's done. You
Well,
can
they're
see he just
6-0
can't
though.
play. Yeah, they're 6-0, but they got a good defense. Manning is not good. Manning had 3 interceptions last week. He has
Yes.
more interceptions than touchdowns. Manning's done. Okay, he should really, not let anyone know, but end up retiring this shit because it's embarrassing
Yeah, it's
because of
true.
the level he's always been at. I
You can't
think,
maintain
say
that
it
level
here,
forever.
I think the Pats are going to go undefeated. Sports Biz with LD, I'm your host, Larry Davis.
And I'm Dr. Richard Cherney.
We'll see you next week, and don't forget, where is it?
Journey into Awareness. with Dr. Richard Cherney and my co-host and fiance, Jamie Love, here on the Daily Blue.
We'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody. Fist bump.
I forgot killing you on that pancake comment.